welcome Gemini. This is your June 2025 reading, and I want to start with saying happy birthday. So I hope you have an awesome birthday month here and you receive all that you desire and more. And for you, the biggest impact here is going to be this full moon in Sagittarius on June 6th, and that's going to highlight love and relationships. So it's going to offer a karmic release in your relationships, and it's going to be time for you to shift to dynamics that are allowing you to let go of limiting beliefs. In addition, you're being guided to speak your truth in love and call in partners that are aligned with your spiritual evolution and growth. Okay. So we see that you may be making some choices here. You may be deciding between like what is true and right for you and what is not. And this could quite literally be partners. It could be you deciding within yourself, strategies, beliefs, thoughts, behaviors, just anything that's not aligned with who you are and who you're becoming. You may be evaluating. So if you're not in a partnership, this could definitely be you evaluating this internally. And if you are in a partnership, you may be thinking through like, okay, is this really going in the direction that is for my highest good and that I still desire at this time? So you have a lot of decisions that you're making here, and there also could be a soul family to assist you and support you at this time. So I'm not saying to just tell your business to any old body, or even to, if you don't feel comfortable with doing that, there may be just some information that you feel comfortable with sharing, so you could gain some knowledge and wisdom from others who may have been in a like situation, or just may be very knowledgeable about the topic or subject. So just be on the lookout for those individuals that can support you and be of service to you. We also have the Lovers here, where, you know, like we said, that you are kind of going through this process of reevaluating things and deciding what works for you versus what doesn't. And again, it may be actual people here that we're talking about, or it could be you deciding within yourself what's good versus what's not good and what needs to go. Okay, so we also have the Page of Swords here. Yeah, you being upfront and honest about things. This is also you being brave and courageous, because as you are making these choices and decisions, or you're evaluating them, you do have to pull in some honesty here. You do have to be, excuse me, just honest about where you are and what you're desiring, and if things just aren't fitting and aligning with you anymore. And there may even be like, excuse me, that doesn't mean like this is a total separation. It could be just you identifying things to your partner and you working through that together and collaborating on the best solution for you. So it could be, and I'll just use this as like a example, if you do want to incorporate more healthy practices with you and your partner, so you may be deciding like, yeah, I want to try yoga, I want to do that, and you collaborating with your partner and working with them and seeing if they're open to it, and if they are, just incorporating that in. Okay, so it could be just things like that. It doesn't have to be anything like major or significant, but at the same time, it can be, because this is a collective reading. So just apply it however it fits and resonates with you. We also have this Six of Wands here. So yeah, this is you being successful here and having a successful outcome. This could also be you reaching higher levels within your relationship. So you could be going to the next step with your partner, and it could again be a result of you deciding like, okay, this is really the path I want to go down. These are the things that really work for us, so let's do more of what works for us. And there being this agreement here, and you both sort of co-creating the reality that you desire. So this could also be you receiving a nice little gift here of money. I mean, it is your birthday here. So yeah, you could definitely be receiving a nice little gift here. Okay, let's get some oracles here. Okay, so some of you may feel trapped in your current circumstances, and that again is why we're saying, like, yeah, there's some options here that you're deciding between, and you're figuring out like what's good, what works, and what doesn't. And anything that doesn't work for you, you must be honest, you must speak up, and you must stand up for yourself and stand in your power and say that. Okay? Nothing's going to change if you don't speak up, if you don't say anything. Or if you feel like, it's not even worth it, nothing can happen. You don't know that until you have the experience and you try and you take inspired action. So we have, what is that, memories here? Okay. So you may be a little focused on the past and the things that, and this could be either good or bad. So it could be wonderful memories that you keep focusing on and rebuilding, or it could be, you know, memories that just you would identify as negative or just low vibrational, that you keep building and replaying in your mind and focusing on, as opposed to letting all of those things go, good and bad, because you've extracted the lessons from them. You've learned the lessons that you needed to learn, and you have moved on here. So that is what this energy is inviting you to do. If you haven't done that yet, it is really time to stay focused in the present moment and what you're co-creating with Source and the universe as your reality. Okay? So let's look at some challenges here. So we have, okay, so yeah, there may be a little bit of challenge here with you connecting with your intuition and deciding what is right for you, deciding what you want to do and how you want to move forward. What else? So we also have the Four of Cups here. Yeah, you may also have a little bit of a challenge running things through your heart space at this time and really thinking them through from a logical as well as an emotional perspective. So this is inviting you to do both things. So don't think of them from such a logical place and don't think of them from such an emotional place. So there's like a balance here that you're being guided to do, and you want to do both, but just do it in balance, okay? And you will know what the balance is for you, because that's going to be different for everyone. So we also have this Eight of Diamonds here as well. So you are, you're learning here. You may even struggle a little bit with that and like maybe not be wanting to learn these lessons. Like, look, okay, I just want to get to the part where I have it. You know, I'm fulfilled and content here. So yeah, there is this process of you working and putting in that inspired action and effort toward the goals that you've designed and not necessarily designed, but the goals that you have agreed to with your partner here. So what else? So we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So yeah, there is going to be a little bit of contrast here. You are going to be working through some things. You're going to be talking about some things. You may need to surrender some things. And yeah, it is going to bring up some different emotions here as you're evaluating yourself and where you are. And this may be something that you do every year as a part of around your birthday time. So it may be some different revelations that are coming through, some different insights that you're seeing now that you're wiser and you're stepping into new chapters here. So that I'm seeing is all a part of your plan. It's all a part of your process. So I'm just hearing again, surrender to it. Allow yourself to explore and to experience and to decide what is right for you. Okay, so what else do we have here? So we have you pushing yourself to exhaustion and enjoy yourself in between all your hard work. So we do see you putting in a lot of work here, and we do see some contrast coming up here, but there are these opportunities and moments that you may overlook at times because you are so focused on your goals and the things that you want to accomplish. So you may miss those opportunities to just be creative and have fun and enjoy the moment. Okay. Let's see. What else? Give me one more here. So if you need to break the rules, do it with conviction to make a difference. Wands. Okay, so there may be like a certain status quo or certain expectations that they're externally are being pushed onto you and your partner, or even pushed onto you if you don't have a partner at this time. So I'm hearing for some of you, it may be like, oh, well, you know, you're 29 and you're not married yet. You know what I mean? So there may be like these other traditions, requirements that society has placed, or your family has placed, or friends have placed on you, or you have even placed on you, that, look, it's time to let those things go. You are on your own path, and no one has the right to be judging you for where you are and for the choices that you've made. You're at the exact right moment of where you are supposed to be, and you need to trust in that. And just getting back to this message here, if you do decide that you are gonna, you know, buck up against the status quo, or, you know, those ideas and practices and beliefs aren't me, say it with your chest out and step into that power, because it is absolutely true. It is true. You decide what is for you and what's works for you and what is right for you. Okay? So let's look at some fears. Any fears here? Okay. So there may be this fear of you not receiving all the information you think in order to make these decisions and to decide what you want to do. So you may feel like, am I hearing everything? Is this really what you want me to do? I'm receiving some messages. I'm seeing some signs and synchronicities happening, but you may still be doubting that in some way. So these are like subconscious underlying fears. So if you are seeing those signs and synchronicities and you know that they are true, like for instance, if you see the number 1111 and you're looking that up and it resonates, that's for you. That's what that message is. That's that message that is coming through to you from the spirit realm. But in some cases, you may have this fear of like, oh, well, you know, I know I looked this up and it does align with where I'm at, but, you know, it's that but that creeps in with the fears, the doubts, the uncertainty. And that's all underneath the surface. And that's what's coming up here as areas where you need to address those fears. You need to let that shit go and just trust in the messages that you're receiving, and trust that you're smart enough, you're brave enough, you're powerful enough, you're courageous enough to accomplish anything you want to do, to have anything you want to have. So we also have this Nine of Cups here as well. So you may also have some underlying fears and just be very emotional about what direction this can go in. And that's understandable here if we're talking about your relationship, your marriage, your partnership. Like, yeah, of course there's going to be some underlying fears about where that can go, or if you speak up and be honest, or you're going in a different direction and you're not sure if your partner's aligned with that or not. So yeah, that's understandable that those types of fears may come up for you, and they may be like deeply rooted and then show at the most inopportune time, or as soon as you're ready to be like, okay, yeah, I want to go down this path. I want us to start doing this or that. And, you know, then you may have those fears surface at that time. So we also have the Three of Diamonds here. So you may also have a little bit of fear about just putting in the effort and the work toward your goals and dreams and desires as it relates to your relationship here. You may also fear whether you have what it takes to have a successful, happy relationship. And when I say successful, happy, that just means healthy, meaning where you both are feeling emotionally secure and fulfilled, and you're giving each other what it is that you need, and you're both growing separately and together. So this is not about like just having the perfect relationship, because that doesn't exist here. This is about you being the perfect partner for your partner, and your partner being the perfect partner for you. That's all it means, right? Okay. What else here? Okay, so yeah, just love and connection and feeling connected with an energy outside of yourself. If you're in a partnership and relationship, so that's the underlying fear. If you're not, then you may have fears. You may have things that are prohibiting you from accepting love from others. So there may be some things that you need to address within that allows you to surrender to love and vulnerability and allow you to have that experience that you want to have. Okay, so let's look at potential outcomes here. So we have the Page of Crystals. So yeah, overall, you're going to be enthusiastic. You're going to embark on a new chapter, a new beginning. If you're single, then there's definitely opportunity for love to connect with you. If you are in a partnership, there's opportunity to strengthen those bonds and to reach new heights, take things to the next level. So it's all here if that is what you desire and that is what you want. What else? So we also have the Hanged Man here. So you're definitely being guided not to be over analytical or to be obsessive over things. Okay, so that could be obsessive over outcomes or a person or like certain goals that you have defined for yourself. And we already talked about the ultimate outcome, but just along the way, the little milestones, like you're being guided not to obsess over those either, because the more you obsess over them, the more you try to force them, the farther away they are and the longer it's going to take for you to connect with them. Okay, so there also is this opportunity for you to take a step back, take a moment. If you're not quite ready to have these discussions and you're still thinking things through, that's okay. That is okay, because that's where some of you are and where you're going to find yourself is like, let me really, really make sure of what I want here before I say it. And that's okay, you taking a step back and reevaluating before you move forward. Just don't get stuck in that evaluation phase, because we already talked about there is the potential here to overanalyze and overthink, and that's just going to keep you stuck and stagnant. So just be mindful of that. We also have the Five of Wands here. Oh, my apologies, he scared me. That's my dog growling in the background. Okay, so you may find that there's others that are reviewing your situation. They're saying things about it. They're talking about you and your relationship, you and your partner, and you're being guided to really not focus on that, because again, that's nothing but distracting you from your goals, your outcomes, the things that you are working on together here. And you can also apply this if you are not in a partnership. There's a really strong message here about not comparing yourself to others and where others are. So what is that quote? Comparison is the thief of joy. Here is what I'm hearing here. So it's going to be so important for you to just stay focused on your own path and know and trust that you are exactly where you need to be at this moment in time. So give me one more here. So we have the King of Swords here. Okay, excuse me. So I do see that you are, and I believe we talked about this sort of running things, and maybe we didn't, but if we didn't here, I'm going to say it here now. So you're being invited to create a little balance here as it relates to just including those divine masculine and divine feminine qualities and aspects here as you're working through things. So you may want to just ensure that you're creating a little bit of balance here. Like you may be direct and you may be straightforward in your communications, but also be compassionate, have empathy in those communications as well. So that's just an example of how you can apply both the divine masculine and divine feminine aspects in your communications and your activities. So just work on creating that balance. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a couple messages here to close out. So we have you appreciating and enjoying the cycles, the ebb and flow of things, enjoying the journey, and trusting that everything is happening for your high good and all will work out in your favor. And that doesn't mean all is going to be perfect and you're going to get exactly what you want when you want it. That means that you're going to get exactly what you need in divine timing at the right times. Okay, so we have you. I did mention that earlier about vulnerability, so here it is coming up as confirmation here, and just reminding you that true power lies at the root of a perceived weakness. So wherever there is opportunity for adjustment, for change, there's contrast happening, there's challenges that are coming up, that is inviting you to look at the situation, scenario, detach yourself from it. And it may take you being more vulnerable, being more open with your partner here to work through some of the contrast that may come up, to work through some of the changes that you decide are going to be implemented essentially at this point. And I took this, I don't know why, but I'm just going to take it here. So we have this Nine of Wands here. And so, yeah, you may have been challenging things, and that could have contributed to you feeling vulnerable and you feeling like, you know, you've been broken and battered here. But this is about you still standing strong and still standing in your power in spite of all the things that are happening and have happened to you. And knowing that, you know, she still has this one wand left here. Just keep trying, keep going for your dreams, keep going for what you want, because it will result in success. But this is absolutely showing that, like, yeah, there's ebbs and flows to this, there's ups and downs to this, and you've had some downs. You've definitely experienced all these downs, and it's time to start experiencing some ups and trusting in yourself that those ups, those higher vibrational frequencies and timelines are available to you, and you're going to start to experience them. So what else do we have here? So we have this new moon in Pisces with you being attuned to the divine. So I feel like this is a wonderful way to end, because this is showing you more connected, strengthening your relationship with yourself, and this could also be with partners here. But you going within and working on yourself from within, and that displaying outward in your relationships, in your spiritual growth and development. Okay, Gemini, so those are the messages I have for you. Happy birthday again. Have a wonderful birthday month. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.